fever, I realized that I had developed Montezuma's revenge from the bacteria within the water. Luckily for me, this was a short recovery compared to the people in Jutiapa, Guatemala that go through this experience of diarrhea and malnutrition nearly every day of their lives. Ironically, for me, this was a community service project for my family to build a water purification system. Community service is nothing new for me, as this is a tradition that happens about once a year to do a form of community service to promote unselfishness. However, this community service broadened my perspective to the benefits of community service. Before this trip, I had a singular meaning of community service. It meant taking time from my life to help the less fortunate. I assumed that I could participate in community service because I had more material goods than these people. I believed that community service was mostly about me because I could receive a sense of self-satisfaction and good karma as well. Honestly, I had to do it because my parents insisted that we had to do it, and as well for high school, it was required to get 20 hours of community service. That's how I felt before my Guatemala trip. I have a different perspective. Feelings of self-gratification derived from community service grew into something more, humble and comprehensive. I learned community service is a universal language. It cannot be taught, but it can only be experienced, and anyone can experience it. I found myself observing growth-stunted children who were thrilled to be in school. They smiled, laughed, and played a lot. They shared food, crayons, and listened intently to their teachers. Children engaged in community service with each other, unconsciously and spontaneously. Without me even really knowing that much Spanish, I could just see through their body language and tone and gestures that they really cared for one another. Actions do really speak louder than words. I sure felt unselfishness for the first time seeing these students fill up their water bottles with purified water, but more importantly, I experienced community service in the purest sense. Community service is not material goods, services, or resources, but rather it's sharing. Sharing not customs and traditions, ideas, and love, rather sharing of customs, traditions, ideas, and love. I gave them a tangible object of purified water, but they gave me so much more than a tangible object. They gave me a philosophical perspective of what truly a community is. Now I understand my parents' motivation behind the family tradition of community service. My parents wanted me and my sister to realize that community service, no matter how big or how small, comes from the heart, not from a high school checklist, and can be accomplished by all people regardless of their social economic status. Thank you.